What will it take to rebuild Haiti? What do you think the essential elements are?
Uh, it's a compounded element. I mean, for me, one, I think we need to look at the decentralization of the country. Most of the services, most of the government operation were in Port-au-Prince. And that's the reason why we have all these damages concentrated in Port-au-Prince. And I think one of the things that we need to look at, why people are here in Port-au-Prince in the first place, is because there is no services where they live in the countryside. You know, my family moved to Port-au-Prince during the 60s because when we were growing up, there were no schools, secondary school for us to go. So that's where people moved to the Port-au-Prince in the first place. So if they have good school, if they have good health care where they live, and there's opportunity and infrastructure for business to move in the countryside, for them to operate, people will stay where they live. So that's one issue that we need to look at. The second issue is there's a structural issues in this country also. I mean, where people come here also in the country, they start to do stuff and taking the responsibilities of the government. And I think the Haitian government need to be empowered, and we need to work with them. There's always an issue of accountability and corruption and so on. But I think we need to be steadfast in working with what we have in the country to create this accountability, to create this frame to make the Haitian leaders and the Haitian government responsible. That's the second thing probably that needs to happen. And I think the election that is coming up is a good test for all of us who are working in the country to create that frame of operation. And the third thing is looking at education. You have a lot of young people. I mean, I'm probably a good example of that. I'm able to come back because I was blessed with a good education, and I'm able to come and come back and run this program. And I think this is not a given in Haiti. And I think we need to continue to train people, train on vocational training for the rebuilding, train people on the education and create a good education system also that teach people how to be accountable, responsible citizens, but also giving them opportunities also to have a better life in this country. This is an island. Islanders tend to look at the outside because we are all stuck on the island. Surrounding us is water. So the opportunity for us islanders, we believe, is outside of the island. So that means there is a new frame that needs to be created for people to know there is also a life here in this country, and there is opportunity, and we need also investment that creates jobs in this country. But for all this to happen, you need a frame on security and a frame also on accountability and good governance in this country. And I think that's what needs to happen. If that happens, I mean, you can see the example of Santo Domingo that struggled 30 years ago also for them to recover. Now, it's not a perfect country. There is still poverty, but they are on a better path to recovery and development. And I think we can create that path here in Haiti as well.